And we will now begin. I'll keep things fast, given our time limit today. But we finished yesterday on the Earth cycles, guys. We had Phosphorus Cycle to finish up. So we're going to go ahead and go to page 8. 8 and 9 will be the last pages of this unit. Like I said previously, everybody, the next 2 days will be makeup days. Tomorrow will be for the notebook check. I'm going to post that, though, this afternoon if you wanted to get a head start on that. That will include maybe some stuff from today even. And then Thursday will be fully a makeup work day for any, like I said, quizzes, any assignments. That'll just be a day for you to just, all you're going to have to do that day is just mark yourself off for attendance and then get some work done if you need to get it turned in. Because like I said, guys, after Friday, I probably will not be accepting any more work. So make sure you get that all situated. Again, just in case you guys didn't already hear it, tomorrow will be a notebook check day. Thursday will be a makeup work day. You will have attendance to take a quiz. You will have to take the attendance quiz on both those days besides making up work and the notebook check. Got 15 minutes, guys, so I'll keep it quick. Number 1, where is phosphorus in the biosphere? 2, what is unique about the phosphorus cycle? And 3, what are 2 uses for phosphates? So we mentioned this the other day, actually through my YouTube video, I believe that I posted yesterday. So go ahead, if you have an answer, you can include that in the chat. If not, I will begin to discuss answers here in the next 20 seconds. So again, where in the biosphere is phosphorus? I'll give you a hint. It's going to be what codes for our traits, like our the color of our hair or like our eye color. Okay. What is unique about phosphorus? It's like compared to the carbon, water cycles, nitrogen cycles, where can't we find it? And then number 3, what are 2 uses for phosphates? Okay. So I'll give you a hint for number 3. We use it in our farms for our crops, or we use it for our laundry. Go ahead. I'll give you 10 more seconds to answer if any of you so wish. If you guys were here in person, I would give you, obviously, we'd have Starburst. I hand out candy and stuff like that. And it's participation, obviously, right? Get a quick 1 second, some water real quick, guys. What do you guys think about the answer, maybe? All right, let's go ahead and begin. Number 1, where is phosphorus in the biosphere? When I say bio, I want you to think of living things. So where inside of organisms we find phosphorus? Well, we find it, okay, in DNA and RNA, guys. DNA and RNA, particularly in the cell membranes. Cell membranes have if you guys remember from biology, the phospholipid bilayer. Phospho meaning has phosphorus in it. Okay. Number 2, obviously we have with that answer, it is the only cycle not in the atmosphere. Again, water, the gas form of water is called water vapor. The gas form of carbon is called carbon dioxide. We're not worried or concerned with the phosphorus gas because there is none. It's the only cycle of the cycles we've discussed that is not in the atmosphere. And then number 3, guys, where do we find phosphates? How do we use phosphorus in our everyday lives? It's put inside of fertilizer for growing strong crops and plants. And it's also going to be found in our laundry detergent. Yes, also in our laundry detergent. That concludes our answers for our Go Blue today. We're going to go ahead and go to the last update of the table of contents for the semester, for the week. And I've got to go ahead and find that real quick. Give me a second here. Because I want to kind of move forward with a different topic for our class since it's the last one of the semester. Oh, I got to move this. Oops. Okay, let me see if I can find it. 1 second, students. Got it right here. Okay. I'm going to copy that and move it down so it's easier for the next class after this period. Oh, don't freeze up on me. Oh, 1 sec, guys. It'll fix in a second. Okay. Okay. So for the last table of contents update, I crossed off some things I didn't want to cover because I don't think we're as engaging, and because we only have 1 more day of the semester. So I just wanted to cover what I knew in the unit was more exciting. Ocean currents, that was 8 and 9, but we're actually going to skip ocean currents. So just make 8 and 9 layers of the atmosphere, because the time I know layers of the atmosphere we can cover much more quickly than we could cover ocean currents. All right, so go ahead. We have 3 quick videos today. On page 9 or 8, you can write down, again, not page 10, page 9 or 8 for our class. We're going to skip ocean currents because we were about a day or two behind the other some of our other classes. You guys are on track with my morning class, but not with my afternoon classes. So number 1, what are the gas percentages found within the atmosphere? What are the gas percentages found within the atmosphere? We should know already based on what we know about the cycles. Number 2, what 4 layers of the atmosphere are mentioned in the video? And we're actually going to have 5 here mentioned in this video. I'll show you in a little bit. And then 3, how do satellites stay in space? If we have time, we may cover that. If not, you can cover it in a later time when I post the video to Canvas later today. But let's go ahead and check that out through our first video clip, our first video sample. And I'm just going to go ahead to save us time. I'm going to have us answer number 1 and 2 through this one video alone. Okay, so layers of the atmosphere. Okay, it has many protective gases surrounding it, but those gases are very thin, like the skin of an apple. So that's how thin the atmosphere layer is. Sensitive and thin, right? Now to answer number 1, as we learned before, the atmosphere is 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, and we're going to say 1% carbon dioxide. So nitrogen is actually the most abundant gas. Oxygen is the second most abundant, and carbon dioxide is the least abundant. But still, the atmosphere is very thin, and it is very sensitive to any changes in that carbon dioxide. It is said that when the dinosaurs were around, there was a lot more oxygen. So maybe people say, oh, well, we could take a time machine to see dinosaurs. Oh, that'd be cool, you know, but the air might have been toxic to us. And that higher rate of oxygen was the reason why the dinosaurs were so much larger than animals now. Even like bugs, you had mosquitoes the size of tennis rackets, and you had, trying to think here, we had dragonflies the size of eagles, and I think some roaches the size of skateboards. So very maybe scary place for us to visit if that was ever the case. Let's move on and find out the layers of the atmosphere that we need to know. Okay. So again, protects us from the sun's radiation, also traps some of the heat from the sun. But the layers are going to include, what we see here is the troposphere is the lowest layer, stratosphere is the second highest, mesosphere in the middle, thermosphere is 4th, and 5th will be what we call the exosphere. 5th will be what we call the exosphere, okay? So let's go ahead and we're going to illustrate that out, okay? So that answers questions number 1 and 2 for us there. Gotta make sure that's back in the, oh, come on now. Google Chrome is being difficult right now. 1 second. Okay. And I will go ahead. Looks like we got a little advertisement here. I got to skip 1 second. All right. So what I'm going to have us do instead of a presentation, I am going to go ahead, and hopefully this doesn't panic on me again. Okay. I'm going to go ahead. Let's stop share. Okay, perfect. You can see me. Let's go on page 11. What I'm going to have you guys do is you're just going to draw out 5 different sections. And hopefully this is right side up. You can see it, read it okay? We got 5 sections of our different atmosphere layers. And just so you guys can see this as well. Oh, well, you can't because I'm not sharing the screen. Hold on. Let me share screen again. Okay. So just so you guys can see this as well. Okay. Again, 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, 1% CO2. And then again, troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, exosphere, and thermosphere. Okay. So let's take a look. Stop share. All right. we can see, hopefully it's still recording, hopefully. Oh, if it's not recording, that won't be good. Let me try one more thing. Hold on. Did it stop share? Okay, I think it's still recording. So let's go. You guys can see here. All right, atmosphere layers is the title of page. We're going to say page 9 for us, not page 11. Page 9. At the bottom, we're going to put Earth's surface. All right, then we've got the troposphere, second layer, or the very first layer. Second is the thermosphere. Third is the mesosphere. Fourth, we've got the thermosphere. My bad. Second is the stratosphere. Fourth is the thermosphere. And fifth is the exosphere. So those are the different layers of the atmosphere before we get to space. So instead of writing notes, I'm just going to have us have little symbols. Okay. So for the first sphere, what do we need to know about it? Okay. Well, we need to know how temperature changes for each one, and we need to know what's inside of it. So how do we do this? Well, all we have is symbols, not notes, just symbols. Okay. So with that, we have the first sphere, the troposphere. That is going to have a rain cloud for our weather. And we have little humans there to show where we are at as well. So we are currently right now within the troposphere. This has our weather. I have a storm cloud there as well, where people are at. And lastly, temperature is going to decrease. Again, the higher up you guys go in a mountain, what's usually at the top of that mountain? Well, you've got snow, right? Because the higher up you go in the troposphere, the colder it gets. Got 5 minutes. I'm going to move on. Next, we have the stratosphere. For that, just put temperature is getting higher. It's getting increased. It's getting hotter. Okay. And all we need to know what's inside of that is the ozone layer and the airplanes. Ozone layer, airplanes. So again, jot that down, pause it at a later time, take pictures. Hopefully you guys can read that okay. Next, we have the mesosphere. Okay. That's going to have our weather balloons used to collect weather data, and also where our meteorites or asteroid or many meteorites or comets are going to disintegrate when they enter the atmosphere. This is where they disintegrate. Again, the mesosphere, letter M for middle. And what do you know? How does temperature change? Temperature is going to go down. Temperature is going to go down. Okay. Next, we have the thermosphere. And the word thermo means temperature is getting warmer. So temperature is going to be going up for this one. And then all I need to include with that is going to be a space shuttle and ions, energetic particles called ions. Hence why this is also including or also called what we see here, the ionosphere, okay? So we've got our first 4. Let's finish our last one, which is the exosphere. And all we need to know for that is we don't need to know temperature. Just know we have our satellites. And this is where we get next to space. So at the edge of where we enter space, we call that the exosphere. Exosphere. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead. Again, this will be paused and included within our YouTube video later today. Before I have you guys exit, because we only have 3 minutes left, let's do a quick question. And let me go ahead and share the screen. All right. Our question today, last question of today, guys, before we have you guys sign out, is the stratosphere is blank because it contains the what? I hope I said this. I don't think I did say this one part, but you do know the temperature change. Is it A, warmer ozone layer, B, cooler ozone layer, C, warmer ionosphere, or D, cooler ionosphere? So let's go ahead and check it out. I may or may not have said the second part of it, but hey, it's good because we're going to see it in the question. And you guys will know it from that practice question. So let's go ahead and check it out, guys. Put in your answer. I'll give you guys 30 seconds to answer the question, and then I'll recheck my attendance, and we'll sign and we'll call it a day. So does the stratosphere get warmer or cooler? And does it have the ozone layer or the ionosphere? I know it's tough because you guys just saw this. I appreciate your answers. Joseph, Lakia, Tiana, great job. Yorkie, thank you. So I don't, if a lot of us don't get it, I won't get on you too much because I know we just saw this. Okay. 10 seconds, 10 seconds. 3, 4, 2, 1. Guys, the answer is actually going to be letter A. It's going to get warmer because of the ozone layer. Again, the ozone layer is depleting, that traps heat. Warmer because it's trapping heat at that layer. It's going to get warmer. Going to be letter A, warmer. Let's go back to my numbers here. I got 12. All right, guys. So we're gonna call it a day there. If you got questions, I've got to run and start my next period, so I don't have time for questions live. Please message me if you have any questions. Tomorrow we have our notebook check. Thursday's our makeup day. We will have attendance on both days in the form of quizzes. So make sure to complete your attendance quizzes. This is Mr. Campbell signing out. Everybody have a wonderful day.